Hey everyone, I'm Tom Vasel, and I wanted to take a look back at my most anticipated games of 2023. Each year, we put together a list of our best, the most anticipated games from the following year. We do so with not a ton of information. We use Kickstarter a lot of times, or GameFound, things like that, to help us find these different games, but we're just hoping and looking at them. So I did want to go back and go through my 10 through 1 to see what happened with the games and what I think about them. Number 10 is Snapship Tactics. This is a game that you build the ships out of. I've been playing with these toys for a while. Me and my son have been building them, Snapship. And it's kind of like Constructs back in the old days. And so this is a tactical game. So this one I have not yet played it. I built the ships. All the ships for it are built. I've gone over the rules. It looks like a typical space game. And the board, and I'm curious to see how it will work out. This one's really close to getting played. Number 9 is Seventh Citadel. So this is a sequel to The Seventh Continent. Very excited about this one. Hoping they have that same wonderful feeling of exploration. The Seventh Citadel's been a while coming, and it's just missed, I think. I looked this one up. The latest update on this game says that it is coming. It's on the ship now. I just checked as of me recording this. The ship was right next to Japan. So they're saying end of January that they'll start shipping in America. We'll see, but I feel pretty confident this is a 2024 game. All right, number 8, Age of Comics, The Golden Years. I love the concept of this game. The idea of running a comic book company and hiring writers and illustrators to put out comics, of pulp comics, whether it's superheroes or cowboys or horror or whatever it is. And it's well produced, a lot of cool things. The game is a little lacking for me. It feels like there's not a lot of really interesting decisions there. The components are great. It just doesn't feel like it's developed enough. And yeah, it's great. The theme's there. It's just not as great of a game as I wanted it to be. Number 7 was The Dark Quarter. This is coming from Lucky Duck, and they're combining that. I mean, this whole idea of taking the Chronicles of Crime idea and bringing in this detective mystery. I'm super interested in this one. Their latest update said they have art samples getting done. I'm like, ooh. So this one seems like it's a while away. I wonder if we'll even see this one in 2024. I hope so. Number 6 was Empire's End. Empire's End was a game from John DeClaire, which is one of the reasons I'm interested in it. He's my favorite designer. And this idea of your empire being destroyed, I played it and I very much enjoy it. It has a little bit of the idea of no thanks, where you're putting tokens out to not take disasters. But sometimes taking a disaster, while it makes you lose points, can be a good thing in the long run. I don't normally like games where I'm getting destroyed that much, but this one I found to be very enjoyable. Number 5 was Unconscious Minds from Fantasia. Very excited about this one with 2 of my favorite artists, Andrew Bosley and Vincent Dutray. And it seems like a good, solid game. Really thought this one would come out last year, but it seems like the production, I was looking at the updates, they have final production copies of it. So I imagine this one will be early 2024. Number 4 was Steam Up, A Feast of Dim Sum. This one looks great. I love dim sum, and I like the little baskets this one has. Really cool components. The game isn't that great. You're just grabbing the dim sum and then using it to accomplish goals. I felt like the player powers weren't necessarily very well balanced. It didn't feel like you had a lot of good choices. This was a big miss for me gameplay-wise. Number 3 is Zoo Tycoon, the board game. This is one of my biggest disappointments of 2023. This game is huge. It's very complex. And I don't know that I have a problem with the complexity of it per se, but the rule book is absolutely hideous. I challenge almost anyone to figure out how to play the game from that rule book. I went online and read rules and looked at FAQs, and I think I have an idea, but I am not even sure if I'm doing it right. And it seems a lot of work for me just owning a zoo. I was really excited about this one, but so far not very happy with it. Number 2 is Queen's Dilemma, the sequel to The King's Dilemma. Their latest update, they were trying to assure us, don't worry, you'll get it before 2025. You'll probably get it Q3 of 2024, which means it's very late. This legacy game, I really like King's Dilemma. I heard the Queen's Dilemma is a better game, but still offers those really interesting, fun, like ethical choices. So I'm still looking forward to it. And then number 1 was Sleeping Gods Distant Skies, a sequel to Sleeping Gods. This came out just before the end of the year. And we're going to be reviewing this one. I'll just say this. If you like Sleeping Gods, this does a lot of the same stuff. It streamlines it, makes things good and clean. Story-wise, there's some differences. There's some similarities. I'm not sure where I fall down on it. I'll tell you this. I like it. I don't know if I like it better than the first one or less. I will have those thoughts solidified soon. I will say, though, that of the top 10 games I was interested in, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are not out yet, which is kind of a bummer. But I guess that's just the way it is, And so that's not going to stop us from doing another top 10 anticipated games. But I always feel it's good to come back to these. It's also, these lists make me happy, and I'll tell you why. Because when I do these top 10 anticipated games, and you look at my top 10 games, none of them were on this list. None of the games on this list made my top 10 games of the year. But I still had top 10 games of the year. Great games. Surprises. Things I wasn't expecting. See? And that's going to happen again this year. I can feel it. 2024 is upon us. Anyway, that's where I'm standing with these top 10 anticipated games. I'll see you next time. I'm Tom Vasel. This is the Dice Tower.